Thank you guys for joining us. We'll start with Pepper Pursley, the next.
Hi, Diamond. Great to see you.
Hi, Pepper.
So I'm working on a back to school project with a lot of kids in school already or going back soon. Any back to school memories you could share?
Honestly, just like the excitement for the first day. You know, it's like it's always just so fun. You get your new school supplies and lay out your outfit for what you're gonna wear, and it's always just super exciting the night before the first day of school.
Absolutely agree with you on that one, Diamond. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, Eric Wilson.
And as always, appreciate your time. Just wanted to ask you how the team is doing with regard to this upcoming game tonight against the Storm, how the team's looking offensively.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, we've been pretty solid. I think that we've put an emphasis on it the past, like week or so, and I think we've been playing very good as far as offensive scoring and just playing in flow. And as far as the game tonight, everyone's just really excited. This is a big game for us, a big stretch on the road. So just trying to, carry our momentum from Atlanta over into tonight.
And I wanted to ask you, has the energy increased since there's been a change to the starting lineup?
I mean, I don't know if I would say it's increased or not, but I think that we're all just willing to do whatever it takes to win games. And so, we changed the lineup. Obviously, Allie's been playing incredible all season long, and so just having her in there, that scoring just immediately at the start of games is always really helpful.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheryl Rice-Stout.
Hi, Diamond. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. With 8 games left, how do you balance the sense of urgency with the calmness of just winning the games?
I mean, I don't think there is any balance anymore. I think whatever you have is what you have to give every night. The time to reserve and play safe and, save energy is past. So you just got to kind of give it your all each and every night with the understanding that there are just 8 games left and, we're still fighting for playoff positioning along with the rest of the teams who haven't clinched yet.
Right. And then the other factor is you're playing the Storm back-to-back games there. You have wins on the road. It's really important. But how difficult is it against a team like Seattle?
Well, I mean, you know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with someone like Seattle. They've got a big 3 that is very efficient, very hard to stop and defend. So we have to place a lot of priority on those 3, but also just their whole team in general. They play very well together. They have a winning culture here. They know what it takes to get to the end of the season and hoist the championship. So, they play with a different kind of intensity. And so when you come into Seattle, you got to match their intensity.
Thank you.
Annie Fosco, sometimes.
Hey, Diamond, good to see you. I know you can't see me, so it's weird to say that. But the WNBA and the company Parity recently announced a partnership to, bring more sponsorship deals. Sorry, that was I'm with the dog right now, but to bring more sponsorship deals to players that work for all of you guys and your different personalities and just different deals that work for you. So big on manifestation. What's a sponsorship deal that you want to manifest or that would be your dream sponsorship?
I don't know. I would have to really think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have to think about it.
All right, think about it and I'll check back with you.
Yeah, for sure.
But just on a broader aspect, how important are deals like that as far as getting players paid correctly?
No, it's huge. I think that's going to be the next step as far as getting players paid really is what it's all about. having us not have to go overseas and giving us a chance to kind of stay stateside in the off season. So, as long with increased visibility and exposure, I think that is huge, and super grateful for companies like Parity, who are making an investment in women's sports. That's super dope.
And then you touched on it, this the challenges or not challenges, but just this big road trip that you all have. What's the messaging that the team is repeating, just making sure that you come out of this on the winning side?
Just stay excited. We're not in a bad place at all. We control our destiny. And it's basically on us, just come in each game and know who we are, be confident in who we are, and give your best effort, and don't attach yourself to the outcome.
And then in the last Storm matchup, they shot 21 for 28 from the line, and obviously you guys are the best free throw shooting team in the league. How much emphasis has been put on limiting their shots from the free throw line and amplifying yours?
Yeah, I mean, we've been a team like the past few games where we've fouled quite a bit. We've sent teams to the line quite a bit. So that's been a huge point of emphasis for us going into the night, is just playing defense without fouling. And obviously, we always want to give ourselves a chance at the free throw line. So just going to try to be aggressive at the rim, see how the refs are calling it, and kind of trust that when and if we do get to the free throw line, that we'll knock those down.
And then last one for me, the switch up in the starting five. We've obviously seen this, offensively, it's working. For you personally, how are you taking this, and how do you approach it as far as just bringing the same intensity, even though you're coming off the bench?
Oh, I'm okay. I've been in this position, all of last season, and then now coming into this season, kind of going back into that role, coming off the bench. So, I'm just the type of player that whatever the team needs is what I'll do. So, I haven't, responded negatively to the change in the starting lineup. I'm just here to win, and I'm gonna give as much as I can when I can to the teams to contribute to us winning.
Thanks so much, Diamond.
Noah Wilkes.
How you doing this afternoon, Diamond?
I'm good.
I just got a question for you. Do you guys feel like this game you can kind of use this game as a measuring stick of where you guys are going into the playoffs, or measure how much progress you guys have made this season going against a team like Seattle?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good gauge when you're playing against like one of the top teams in the league, especially on the road, just to see how we'll respond to adversity, see how our schemes are working, how players are playing, in like big moments. So, yeah, I definitely think that it's always going to be a good gauge, especially against a team like Seattle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diamond. Thank you so much. sometimes.
Hey Candace, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. This is a slightly different Storm team than the one you guys played right out of the break. So what adjustments need to be made or do you guys make knowing that Brianna and Sue are back?
Well, I mean, obviously Stewie and Sue are a lot to do with what they do as a team. We know we have our work cut out for us, on the defensive end, and obviously I think it's just staying tight in our schemes, and this will be a great test, I think, for us and to see where we're at.
And then how much of a priority has been placed on limiting fouls? Obviously, in the last few games, teams have gone to the line quite a few times, and against the Storm, they went 21 for 28 from the line. So as a team, what have you guys been doing just to limit the fouls?
Don't foul. I think it's being in position. I think that's the main thing, and then not leaving it up to the refs for a chance. So don't put your hand in the cookie jar. Like, stay straight up and make them make a tough shot. I think we did a better job of that in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Last one for me, the WNBPA and Parity announced their partnership, and just given your experience with sponsorships and everything, how important are deals like this in getting the women of the WNBA, the players of the WNBA paid?
I think it's important. In order to make money, you have to invest, obviously. And so to see companies and organizations and corporations, making women's sports a priority, I think there's definitely a place for it. And companies are going to see the advantage to it.
Thanks, Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Wilson.
Candace, on paper, the Storm and the Sky are tied, if you will, with regards to free throw percentages, also with assists, and somewhat in steals. How important is tonight's game going to be about a game of runs, if you will?
I think basketball is a game of runs. It's going on a run and it's stopping a run. I think that this is a good chance. I mean, obviously we're on the road. It's a good chance for us to be disciplined. I think that's the biggest thing. Is you talk about assists, both on the offensive end. It's about being disciplined, about making the right play, like passing up good shots to get great shots. And I think when we're doing that, we're at our best, and the same thing with them.
And with regards to being away, you have a better road record than you do home record. So do you feel that you have an advantage going into tonight, knowing that the discipline that you speak of is kind of shown when you're on the road?
I don't know what it is. I mean, I think just playing at home, we've got to be better. And we could be better on the road as well. But I think it is getting into that routine and, feeling good. Everybody has that move that they do when they feel good. And I think everybody has that play that they run where they can feel good no matter if the shot goes in or not. And I think that's how we got to play, whether we're at home or whether we're away. The mentality shouldn't change.
Thank you.
Cheryl Riced out.
Hi, Candace. How you doing?
Good.
Take your drink of water. Okay. This is crunch time, basically, with only 8 games left. How do you balance the sense of urgency with trying to remain one game at a time mentality?
I mean, this is what you play for, right? A lot of teams have had their ups and downs throughout the season, and we're no different. But everybody's had to deal with stuff. So this is the time that we got to come together. We got to start playing good basketball, and we got to trust each other. I think that's what's special, and I think it's evident when we're sharing the ball, and it's also evident when we're helping each other on the defensive end, and we're disciplined, not giving up, fouls. I think at this point in the game, it's who can make the fewest mistakes and who can capitalize on the other team's mistakes. And so, this is going to be that nitty gritty. I mean, everybody's kind of at a deadlock, if you look at the standings. So everybody's playing for something at this point.
Does your role as a veteran become more expansive to try to help the players understand the reality of where you're at right now?
I think we all feel it. I mean, we have veterans on this team that understand the moment. And it's my job to show up. I mean, they said Stewie and Bird didn't play in the first game, neither did I. So I think it's just about showing up and being aggressive and being decisive.
How is your ankle? How's it been? I know you're playing, but do you have to do special rehab or treatment in between?
Yeah, that's the life of a 35-year-old, rehab treatment around the clock. So I've been fortunate enough to be able to get some good treatment here. And, I think to have a couple days, obviously, from flying across the country has helped as well.
Thanks. You're 35. I'm much, much older, so I appreciate your age.
Nick Hamilton.
Hey, Candace, you spoke about just the peaks and valleys that you all have gone throughout the season, but defensively, where do you rate this team right now? Are you close to where you all set the goal in the beginning of the season to where you want to be defensively?
I think we just need to do a better job of not fouling, and we need to finish plays with a rebound. Those are the two areas that I think that we grade below where we want to be. In terms of, just staying in plays, playing 5-on-5, not giving up catch and shoots, I think we're doing okay. Can we get better? Yeah. But I think the main areas are don't foul, and we got to box out and give the team one shot.
Also, too, you being a legendary player yourself, you've always paid homage and given respect to those who paved the way beforehand. When you look at these elite players like a Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, Cynthia Cooper, and the culture they created with the dynasty, what did that mean to you? And what did you get from watching those ladies play and perform on the court?
I think the biggest thing people don't understand when you win or when you're trying to win is the adversity and the craziness you go through. I think we see them, you see Coop raising the roof, you see Tina with her lipstick fresh, you see Lisa hugging, Michael Cooper, but you don't realize like all the ups and downs it took to get there. And so I think it's just understanding and respecting the process. That's what I've gotten from that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Landon Buford.
Hey, Candace, I wanted to follow up from a story that you did on TNT earlier this year. I recently spoke to Jamal Crawford. I wanted to get your thought process on that since he is now, or at least until his phone can get fixed, Team iPhone.
Say it one more time.
Until his BlackBerry can get fixed, he's on Team iPhone. So I want to get your thought process about that.
Jay Craw is definitely the homie. I've enjoyed watching him play over the years, and I'm so happy to see that he's on our team because, you couldn't send group chats with the dude. Couldn't send too many emojis. The pictures were a little fuzzy coming through. Didn't know if he received the text or not. Couldn't get on Instagram really. So I'm happy, and I'm hoping that this opens his eyes to an entire new world.
And then final question, what would you want your, I know that you guys just partnered with NBA Top Shot, but what would you want if you could pick one moment that you could create from your career, what would that be?
That's a really good question. I think the moment that I remember the most is probably, it's definitely winning the 2016 WNBA championship. So I think that is just that moment where it's like those plays. I don't know. For me personally, I think the game winner against Phoenix to go to the finals. I think that's probably it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Two more quick questions. Christos Steltas.
There.
All right. Pepper Pursley.
Hi, Candace. Great to see you. I'm working on a back-to-school project with a lot of kids back at school already or going back soon. So any memories you could share as a student or as a mother?
Yes. Well, my daughter's starting middle school next week. So, we're getting ready for that. I think that you definitely have to lay out your first day of school. But see, I had a different philosophy because everybody tries to look cool on the first day of school. And so I would save my best outfit for like the third or fourth day of school. because then you know that you're going to come with it. So I think that that's the biggest thing. Layla is she wears a uniform at her school. So she's super into like shoes and making sure that her shoes and socks are fly. So I would say on the non-academic way, it was definitely laying out the clothes for the 3rd and 4th day of school.
That's super cool because I have a unicorn as well, a uniform as well, and I'm going into middle school, so that's super cool.
Awesome. Get your sneakers right.
Yeah. I went sneaker shopping a couple weeks ago, which was really fun.
Bet.
Thank you.
No problem.
Last question for Candace. Noah Wilkes.
Hey Candace, how you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Just a quick question. It's kind of long. I'm sorry. But I read an article the other day, and it said historically teams that don't finish in the top 4 don't usually have long playoff runs. Now, I know being a fan of yours for years that you respond well to pressure. You were brought here to win a championship, help win the championship for Chicago. What do you have to say to media and fans to say Candace Parker can't do it? She can't lead Chicago to that championship because they are so low in the standings that she can't lead them to a long playoff run.
I don't have to say anything. I have to do it. The standings aren't finished last time I checked. So I think that we still have a lot of basketball to play ahead of us. We have a lot of tests, and it's not over till it's over. So I think the biggest thing is as you get older, you don't spend time talking about it. You spend time doing it. So.
Thank you, Candace.
No problem.
Thank you, Candace, and
No
thank
problem.
you all for joining us.
Yep.
See you later for pregame media availability with James Wade.